whiskey glass, my crystal ball. Sip away them teardrops, these good times ahead. Till all the fair weather friends that place, sunshine around the bend. Let's fly them clear skies, we're all gonna find a peace of mind. All in due time, all gonna find a peace of mind.
Morning, I don't even have to read it.
Copy.
Moment to waste, we're only here for so long.
Here's been watching, I gotta go down here. I'll wait till
Start shooting out in the night, then it's gone. You're holding on tightly, easy come, easy go. Like the warm summer air sets to melt away the long winter snow. Let's fly them clear skies, we're all gonna find a peace of mind. All in due time, we're all gonna find a peace of mind. Let's fly them clear skies, we're all gonna find a peace of mind.
Welcome back to Live on Patrol. A little
37
little surprise broadcast this afternoon.
I'm sorry, who were you looking for?
And what a beautiful afternoon it is.
And Pat and I thought, you know, it's so nice out. Let's go for a little ride. There's been some shots fired over on the west side over there. 2 cars shooting at each other just recently. A couple cars that were stolen. Why don't you mention, what was the description of the cars that were just
133.
taken, Pat?
We've got
We're going to be at
involved in the shots fired down on the west side. It initially came out as a 2 cars shooting at each other, but apparently there was just one shooting at a group of people. Blue-gray conversion van. They're not sure whether it's a Ford. They're not sure whether it's
duct tape.
Yeah, duct tape around several of the windows, and 2 black male suspects, and no one apparently hit.
Might be an Astro van. They weren't sure.
That's right. That's the one I was looking for. Maybe an Astro van, which is a shorter, very boxy minivan.
Yeah. So we're looking for that. There was a couple other stolens. One of them they found with tracking. They just chased it a little bit ago over there in Carroll and Victoria area. They caught it, and there was a guy had a gun. Girl fled. And then what was the most recent one? The Rogue.
We're looking for a red Rogue taken from the 800 block of Earl. I believe it was Earl Street Auto Sales. It's a red Nissan Rogue, plate number DKJ 889, Delta Kilo Juliet 889. So keep an eye out for that one.
5182 area.
And we're still looking for the black 2015 Sonata MWK 732, taken in a carjacking. That may have no plates on it now, however. And a silver Toyota Sienna van, 814 November Tango Whiskey.
And if you're outside enjoying the weather, don't come in to watch us. Just stay outside and enjoy it. Although I did talk to a landscaper. It's apparently too early to rake.
Yeah, don't rake.
Don't rake. So you have your excuse now. Landscapers Bob and Pat told you not to rake.
And I got that from good old Tom Wyant. He gives all kinds of great housekeeping and gardening tips.
Excellent city attorney and prosecutor. Former North End, St. Bernard's family up there. You still stay in touch with them once in a while?
Yeah.
That's awesome. You know, I find this weather inspiring.
Makes you feel good. Makes you feel more
I feel
alive.
like you want to get out and enjoy it. We were just getting gas at the gas pumps before we started, but one of the firefighters was there. He says it's going to rain for 3 days.
Oh boy. Well, that'll clean it up though.
Yeah.
You know, the streets are kind of dirty and there's some sand and debris left from snow plowing. That usually cleans it up nicely and starts greening up the grass.
Well, that's true. Duct tape on a blue van, right?
Yep.
So with something about a low, like
Yeah, the back end is
Back
low.
end?
Yeah, the back end is lowered.
definitely we're shooting at several rounds over there.
So that van probably sounds familiar to somebody. So keep an eye out for that and let us know.
Hey, you know, by the way, if you haven't shared this yet, if you did notice we were on and you're on, most people don't, so most people don't know we're on, so if you can share it on Facebook, that'd be awesome. Let people know. Sometimes we just sit to watch how people react. Here's a good example.
1854.
So, probably figuring this car dealership's down here on what, 800
Mm-hmm.
Earl Street. Probably those guys end up coming back periodically. Yeah, obviously they have some connection down here.
And that vehicle's all good.
That one there.
Yeah.
What a gorgeous day. That's like my son's song, Clear Skies, man. It's
Definitely got that.
a good song for today. As you may have heard by now, I don't know if you have, but there was a murder. Well,
381.
appears to be a murder-suicide.
381.
Very sad.
So there's the auto place right there, 803, I think,
Yep.
right?
1735.
Yep.
Where the car was stolen.
Correct.
And but the 1900 block of Montana, over there east of White Bear, there was a woman shot. I think she survived the trip to the hospital, but I think she perished there.
Yeah, she passed away at the hospital, unfortunately.
And the best information I have is that the suspect shot himself. Is that?
That's what it appears to be at this point.
Where did they find him?
I believe in the backyard.
But you're going to read a lot more about that case because that's a classic domestic abuse, domestic assault case where the woman apparently had a restraining order against him, but
in a strong armed robbery that occurred 2 days ago is unseen in the lot.
the system failed to protect
Black
her.
male, 20s,
You got it?
light complected, wearing a black coat, black pants.
It's a very sad thing when you know you're in fear of your life, and he was apparently out on $10,000 bail. But all the facts will play out here in the next week and determine whether or not there could have been something done better by the justice system, and by that I mean, you know, the court system to provide an extra level of security for her.
Get out of the car and I go to the Tango 600.
I'll leave this one on 3, huh?
Yeah.
I got good Hawthorne and Art Train, 1737.
Hawthorne and Oak.
Reserve squad to start, so code 4 for party getting out of the vehicle. 33 copy, 1737.
Are we streaming okay there, Patrick?
Yes, we are.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that last?
Say gun in the car?
Another car, please.
Another car.
Hawthorne and Arkwright?
Yep.
How's it look?
Hold on. Clear.
10-3, arc right, Hawthorne until code 4 on traffic at 1758.
We probably won't be the first back up there, but got a little ways to go. Let's set a squad with well, we don't know exactly, but we know he's looking for a wanted suspect.
38512. 655, put right back and pending.
385.
Hold it. Clear.
Got a case number.
Case number 056-727. 056-727.
We want this one to hear us before we get to this divider. Well, it didn't work out so well, did it?
I think it worked out just fine.
Jesus
You did well. They didn't do very well, but you did.
At least we got the...
Better.
How's it look here?
Hold on. Clear.
So the nice thing about this, Dan Bostrom, this left turn lane is nice for emergency vehicles.
Yep.
There's a squad down there in front of us. Probably beat us there by a little bit, unmarked. That might be one of ours, actually. Yeah, that's one thing about these dividers. They're not very forgiving.
There we go. Good man.
So... see what we got here.
Yeah, you're gonna have to move mom's car and then...
I think you can get out here.
Okay.
I think you're all right.
Three six four, you can slow him down or control.
Copy, any squads en route can slow, controlled at 1800.
A3, you can show myself an 829 cleared.
1801. And still holding the 10-3 at 1243, arc right at 1801.
Clear.
Clearing the 10-3 at 1801.
Three six four.
364.
Sir, canine working right now?
Checking for a K9 on channel 3.
6. 8-4.
Squad 382.
382.
Just advising, animal control is en route. 25-minute ETA.
Copy, thank you. It will also be en route to the LEC, 2 adult males.
Copy en route to the LEC with 2 adult males at 1803. Three six four, another status check.
362 or 4.
Code for it, 1805.
Bravo 436 MEOT.
Bravo 436, have a good night, 1807.
We'll be back with you in a minute here. We're just waiting for the canine dog. We got a little argument out in the neighborhood, but it's all good.
Six in. Six 3-9, I'm clear.
Copy you, control.
So what's going on here is the officer made a traffic stop, and the parties in the car were not cooperative, and so he asked for backup, and so he asked for backup, and then people came out of this house and they were very uncooperative. So as you can see there, we're just neutralizing things from the house. One of the parties there actually is the son of a longtime friend of mine, Andre Jr. And so we're just talking, and St. Paul car has requested a canine to do a narcotic search. There was a strong smell of marijuana, and they want the dog to conduct a search. So we will be here until the canine shows up, just to keep the people calm that are upset about the fact he was stopped. We're just helping out a little bit here. So stand by to see what else happens here. As soon as you start obstructing the officer's activity, you can be held accountable for obstructing legal process, and that is probably what's happening here. But we won't be here for long.
829.
829.
Sorry, 838 Arcade and Case. Got one in custody on traffic stop. Plates 492 November Papa Golf.
Copy. One in custody on traffic at Arcade and Case at 1824.
If we've got a free car, we would use one for a transport.
Is there a free squad head to Arcade and Case road transport?
Three
378, thank you, 24.
Squad 838, checking your status.
We're code 4.
Copy 1830.
So I don't think we've ever been in a position here where you can see the car that was stopped. The St. Paul officer stopped a white Dodge Charger, and for a speeding violation, and the not exactly sure what transpired with the driver, but he determined to detain them and have a drug canine check, and the drug dog did alert on the vehicle in a positive way, a very strong positive. So exactly what the next steps are going to be, we're not sure.
Free my nigga! Free my nigga! Everything! Free my nigga! Let's go. That's right. Let my nigga know. That was on some bullshit from the first. Come on, Fred. Come on.
And we've got a few, there were a number of family members who were extremely angry at the beginning, but Bob and I knew several of them, and that part calmed down a lot. So the rest of this is transpiring fairly calmly, except for the extremely loud man who, according to the family, they have no idea who he is, who's, you can probably hear in the background.
Zero squad that can break for 1610 Westminster for shots fired. Single caller reporting 3 shots heard north of the address, nothing else.
And it is getting a lot cooler all of a sudden outside with this wind. Glad I brought a sweatshirt along to put on under my jacket.
Copy, zero squad to back.
Echo.
Copy at 1838. Three 6-1.
39, you find a squad of back 386.
306 said he was going to go.
But there have been some calls to this house in which
306
guns were recovered. A number of the recent carjacking crew that was locked up have connections to the house. So when the house started emptying out, when the officer was dealing with the driver and passenger, he called for backup.
Have we notified Maplewood?
We'll let him know.
Check some pending calls here, see what's going on. There's a shots fired call at 1610 Westminster where 3 shots were heard towards the north, which could potentially be in Maplewood, so Maplewood PD was also advised. There's that very loud man.
Don't mind him. Hey.
Yeah, we can tell.
Yeah, he's got mental problems.
Yeah. Holy smokes, that's a knife.
That's Ambo. Oh, yeah. Thank you.
That's like a Crocodile Dundee knife.
I just found it, so I lost it for like about 3 months.
Oh.
And I found out it was underneath the mattress.
Oh. What breed is your dog?
He's a blue nose and American pit.
Beautiful dog.
Yeah, he's 11 years old.
Wow.
He's bilingual.
Really?
Yeah.
I heard. Yeah.
Let me wrestle. Let me wrestle.
Now that's a word I know.
Wrestle?
Beso mi mucho.
Yeah. How you doing today?
Pretty good.
Good.
Can't beat this day. Beautiful weather out.
You know Fletcher?
Yeah, we ride together.
Yeah. Yeah. How about Dave?
Dave,
That works at the liquor store.
I'm not sure who's working down there right now.
Something cost?
If I saw him, I'd probably know him.
Yeah. I bet you know Mr. Danaski.
Oh, yeah.
That's my buddy.
Okay.
Him and Rick.
Good guys.
Yeah, they're really good guys. They
Did
both
you-
graduated together out of the academy.
Okay, you know his dad?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I know a lot of you guys.
We are in a bad signal spot, so we are doing a little bit of buffering on and off.
Oh, it's a terrible location for transmission.
Yeah.
I couldn't even make a phone call out of here.
639 I'm out.
All right, we're gonna go this way. Get on the other side too. You explained to him why the car's being towed, or?
I hadn't explained that yet. I just got to the point of the dog doing the alert on it.
Okay.
So the car is going to be towed and a search warrant written on it.
I don't know if I got my glasses. Oh, there they are. I suppose we could go back. They appreciate us helping to talk to the people, because anytime you have a personal connection to somebody, it helps.
That's exactly what I was talking about.
De-escalates.
We knew some of the people and made the situation a lot calmer, I think.
Yeah. We'll just hang here for a little bit.
And when this is towed out of here,
We'll get back
be
looking
done.
for the Astro.
Information from the Port Squad minutes from route 270, 51 Jarvis Avenue East, apartment number 1, for 76-year-old female, conscious bleeding, who is sick at 1844. Squad 4438.
It's amazing if you just try talking and communicating how things can be better.
a lot less anger is going on now.
Mayhill Road North for very loud bass music.
This guy's coming down to say hi.
How you doing? Good.
Metro 25, 20 cars for a turkey that can't figure out a fence
Northbound 252 just north of Brookdale.
2525, State Patrol, a turkey that can't figure out how to get over the fence.
I'll take his info right now.
It's out on the freeway.
Unless DNR wants to deal with it.
A turkey out on Highway 52.
1845.
Well, apparently we were doing a lot of...
Mute this for a minute.
Yep, hang on here.
Stopped and gave him a coat.
We're going to mute this. Hang on 1 second. Should be right. Oh,
Sorry, we had you on mute there for a minute there.
Yeah, you probably explained it on mute, huh?
Just to the south of that
You tell them what I was doing or not?
Yeah, I'm sorry, folks. No, what transpired there was that neither the driver of the car nor the family wants to give up the keys to so that the search on the car can be executed.
Well, we wanted, when you tow a car, if you put it in neutral, you can tow it without damaging the transmission.
Right.
Pull it up there, but sometimes they have to disengage the transmission, and that means taking it apart underneath the car to get it to roll. So we wanted to see the keys, just the key to the car, so that they could unlock it. But the gentleman that was released there didn't want to give up the keys. So lesson learned there. Probably should have grabbed the keys when he was in custody originally.
Right.
We've all made that decision. So. Sorry it took so long there, but long sequence of events.
Squad 366.
It's funny how you can actually do some community policing in those tense situations.
You call data when you get a chance.
We've got some people who next time we see them they're probably gonna wave and maybe have a chat.
Go ahead.
04758 Sierra 6.
So we're still looking for that blue.
Received it.
It's a big van, right? Like an Astro or something like that. But
It's actually a smaller one of the vans,
okay.
if it is actually an Astro van.
Hey, I was thinking when I was driving over here,
Squad 364.
not to change topics, but that's what I do all the time, right?
364.
Move on to something else. I was thinking,
All officers are clear to location. Other squads are clear.
was such
I'm
a
gonna be calling
beautiful
vehicle
day.
down that phone.
it reminded me, you
Nobody else
know,
was clear.
just a
Well,
blue
well,
sky, sun.
one.
It reminded me of the movie scene in Armageddon where the astronauts are getting on the 2 space shuttles. You remember that scene? And the reason I mention that is I love the president's speech. If you ever get a chance, just go to YouTube, put the president's Armageddon, talking about what humankind is capable of. Yeah, and he talks about all of our knowledge and all of our tests and our fails come to because we're capable for the first time of accomplishing, in this case, it's blowing up an asteroid.
Right.
But the point of that isn't that we have an asteroid coming, but I often think that we need speeches like that from our leaders, including the mayor, the governor, etc., to talk about solving gang, gun, and youth crime. All right? We have the capability of solving our country's problems if we ever commit ourselves to solving them. So if you ever go to YouTube, put the president's speech in Armageddon, play that 4-minute speech. And to be honest with you, my favorite part is when the little boy says, "Hey mom, there's that salesman." If you saw the movie, you know what I'm talking about. And then the mom goes, "No son, that's not the salesman, that's your father." It's getting on it. So watch that speech. But here's my question, viewers. Tell us the greatest speeches that you ever heard, both real, like John Kennedy back in 1960. I listened to his speeches. They were awesome back in 1960. Churchill had some great speeches, but they can be like Independence Day. The president gave a little speech there.
Oh, yeah. That was a good one.
That was a good one. Movie speeches or real speeches. Tell us your favorite speeches. And tonight, after we get home, I'm going to go see if I can find those favorite speeches, because it's time for some leaders to step up and take some leadership about solving our problems. So greatest speeches, real life speeches or movie speeches. And then Pat, can you look at your phone and see what they come up with?
Yep. And I'm sorry, we're going to put you on mute for 1 second.
Okay.
All right, let's hear those famous speeches, folks.
They don't have to even be famous, just the ones that motivated you, that left you feeling like, okay, you know, we can do this. We can do this. I'll tell you what, obviously every president has a speechwriter. And some people are really talented at writing those speeches. Do you know where my radio is?
There's one right there.
Yeah, it's not that one.
Squad 318, checking your status.
I better find it. I better find the radio before we do anything else. That's not good.
Got it?
Nope. You
Don't want to lose the radio.
multi-$1,000 radio.
639-10-8 DOT.
You got all your stuff?
Well, now I
Six
can't
for nine
find
at
my
8:55.
phone.
Well, you wouldn't have dropped it out there.
No, it's in here, but
Well,
I
you were
want.
just had it in your hand.
Is that it? Oh, here we go. What? No, that's not it.
But you were looking at it because you were
Yeah.
showing me that text, right?
Yeah, hang on one sec here. It's gonna be right here.
Oh, this is yours here.
In correspondence, 72-hour pickup issued by 360 for felony domestic assault that occurred
Well,
at
aren't we the
1239 Mark Street.
It's an identical phone to mine.
Mental, blackmail,
So I
45
flip it
years
over.
old, 230 pounds. Info at 1856.
It's a beautiful sunset over the city of Minneapolis.
Yeah.
It's just, anyhow, great speeches, movies, speeches, or real speeches.
Mel Gibson talking about never having his freedom taken.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, and Braveheart.
Braveheart, good one.
You bet.
Love it.
Squad 318 clearing case.
At 1856.
There was a speech he did in Patriot, or not Patriot, the Revolutionary War one that was really good too. The President with Michael Douglas.
Yep, that was very good. I like that.
And 113, you can cancel somebody with the trailer pulled over down and out.
Oh, you know what? That's a really excellent one.
Which one?
Charlie Chaplin's Anti-Fascism speech. Did you ever see that?
Yeah, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yep.
150 copy.
Yep.
1857.
Animal House, John Belushi talking about Germany bombing Pearl Harbor.
But that reminds me. Hey, the original Dragnet, not the original movie. Dan Aykroyd is arresting a guy in the restroom. Okay, you gotta watch this clip. Dan Aykroyd arresting a guy in the restroom in the Dragnet movie, and it starts out, "We're gonna put you where you and your kind always end up, in a 6x6 foot gray cement box, etc., etc." And so I had my daughter Kelsey Fletcher memorize that. The movie. I was a young cop, of course. I had her memorize that speech. Look it up on YouTube. And then when we would go downtown, I said, "Kelsey, give him the speech that you're going to give people," and she'd know the whole thing. "We're going to put you where you and your kind always end up, in a 6x6 foot gray metal square." And funny, but that's 25 years ago, maybe longer. But it's funny that you mentioned Belushi.
Al Pacino in Scent of a Woman. I'll show you out of order. And this, somebody just mentioned one of my personal favorites. UST Austin graduation speech from Admiral William McRaven.
Okay.
That's the famous "Start each day with making your bed."
There you go.
Copy. At 1859. Go ahead.
We're southbound on Rice Street from Maryland now, if you're wondering where we're at. Probably don't recognize it in the daylight.
Maryland and Westminster with 04758.
Everybody's got to have a favorite speech.
Confucius.
Copy. Maryland, Westminster.
Our greatest
1859.
glory is not in never failing, but in rising every time we fail.
There we go. It's good.
Or never falling, but rising every time we fall. Sorry.
Rising every time you fail is not a bad concept either.
And then Mel Gibson again, and We Were Soldiers. Yeah, where he played Harold Moore.
Copy at 19.
Yep.
He was flying.
Yeah, the Kennedy speech. It's not what your country can do, but what you can do for your country. Those were some very powerful words.
386.
386. Be advised, I have a comment clear with
Very powerful words.
301, 639, 306, and I'll head towards 378 police code 4. Copy 1900.
Grab all these plates, huh?
Yeah.
Occupy in the front. There's a couple on the side.
This is, let's see here.
No, I'm gonna have to trust you on that.
I mean, what wearing?
What?
What wearing?
Maybe the spotter. 462 X-ray uniform whiskey. 462 X-ray uniform whiskey. Foxtrot Delta 620. Foxtrot Delta 620.
67 control.
Oh, they just left. Let's go get this one they just left. That's the one they wanted.
Stop sign.
I just get the plate and peek at them. Oh, there you go. You got homework there or what? Have you got my thing?
Yes.
Oh, what we got here?
191.
That's some bright sun. We got something we're working on. We're not really telling you everything just because we don't want other people to know everything we got going, but we're just trying to prevent people from getting shot, being killed.
Yep.
That's our primary goal. Not to put people in jail, just to keep people from getting shot and killed.
I'll recognize what he's wearing.
Let them know it's us. How's it going?
How's it going?
Everything good?
Everything's great.
All right. Well, we heard there was some trouble at the market, but you didn't see any, huh?
No, sir.
No, nobody
All
caused
right.
it. You got a good-looking driver there.
See you guys.
Yeah.
All right, man.
That wasn't the car we're looking for.
Nope.
Let's go in here real quick. Second thought. Holiday in the daylight. People honking in here. Oh.
Oh, look at that. That'll hold it right there.
Yeah, here's where I was putting it. You need it?
Nope.
Okay. Just throwing it here on the back side.
Perfect.
Zero Roseville Plaza can start for a slumber at 2100 Denali and Temperate Kyoto Sushi.
361.
By the Marshall sign, flipped over to
361.
Maybe.
He changes that
Seriously.
to
Right there.
1762.
Might be.
Copy.
One of the stolens or what?
No, might be the individual
Oh,
on the passenger side.
KOZ came in. Copy.
go back, grab the rest of those plates after we take a peek here. VDP.
How you doing? Good. Nope.
Good. Somebody's phone is getting messages. Is that probably yours, huh? Because you're plugged in. But you get that last one? It's good.
Yeah.
Mercedes we're looking for.
Yep.
Well, I hope you, I mean, the whole goal of these live on patrols is to let you see what officers are exposed to, how what their decisions are, but to get a better feel of what law enforcement is about. Hopefully see the human side of officers as well. I mean, Pat and I have the advantage of being on these streets for over 40 years, so, you know, but the longer these young cops are out here, the more people they get to know.
Right.
It'd be nice if they had time. By the way, are you monitoring the speeches? I'm going to go listen to all those speeches tonight. Pick a winner. Winner.
So we're going to be at the 1 hour mark when we were getting a lot of them.
We've only been on for an hour?
Yep. Somebody said the PJ Flick speech to Gophers versus Penn State. Well, of course, Dr. King, I Have a Dream.
Yeah,
absolutely.
There you go.
One of the greatest of all time.
You know, I've watched a lot of Dr. King documentaries, and I mentioned this before, but one of the phrases that he coined and carried with him when he gave his speeches, and actually his interviews to the media, he talked about the concept of when they asked him, what do you think you've accomplished the most? He said, well, I think I help give people a feeling of somebodiness.
Right.
Somebodiness, where they could feel like they're somebody and not just a nobody. Hotel Foxtrot Lima 4785. What is that? That's a North Carolina plate, probably a rental. Bravo Sierra Bravo 117. We'll let her leave first, I think. But I love that concept of, I think that's what our youth intervention and our society ought to be geared toward, helping people have a feeling of somebodiness. Because it's tough to go through life not feeling like your life really matters. How's it going? Good to see ya. Look like him? Close enough?
If he put a different shirt on.
Okay.
But it was a hoodie.
Yeah, what those?
052 UPB.
There aren't many gangsters driving pickup trucks lately. Well, let's find out. Obviously, we're looking for somebody over here. Did that car just pull up? 052 Victor Papa Bravo, and that's, oh no, Foxtrot X-Ray Charlie 963.
Okay, it didn't take. I was on the wrong page, not looking.
What was that?
Victor Papa Bravo. I'm going to need it again.
Okay. You had it right though when you grabbed it.
Okay, there. He's pulling into it. That's him, right?
I think so. Yeah.
There we go.
052.
Let's wait till he gets out, huh?
Okay. Okay.
Squad 377.
377.
With the squad to assist. Use the caller at
Did you look at him?
Speedway 1771 Old Hudson Road. Red SUV.
Can you just hang on one sec?
An OFP violation.
How's it going?
Stated in the email that she has an OFP against.
Where are the police?
42 Conway Street. Wants to.
We're just making sure everybody down at the Winnipeg market's safe.
362.
Stay safe. Nice truck. What year is that one?
Nice one.
How are you, buddy? Good. Good to see you. You too, thank you. Assalam.
No, that's not it. But you should see this.
Very similar. Very similar.
Yeah.
What can our cracked analysts tell us what kind of car they're in? Come on. Can we analyze every pixel? Obviously, what we got here is we monitor social media of some of the shooters, and when they post stuff on social media threatening to shoot people or daring people, then we try to intervene in that cycle. So that's where we're looking for a specific person. Very similar to the guy in that truck. But the problem is probably this place here at Winnipeg Market is where Mezzy Ross was killed.
We don't know
It's
for sure
been
yet at this point.
a constant
Try and figure that out.
opportunity for friction between West gangs and East gangs. So Mezzy Ross's group was not directly associated with the Selby side, but more a link to the West gangs than the East, and so there has been conflict here on Rice Street.
Yeah, we will let you know.
So we're just trying to intervene and make sure they know somebody's monitoring. We don't even mind if they know, because we just want them to not shoot each other. And who knows what the reason is on this day and time.
We've lost enough young men.
Problem is it might move someplace else, but usually if we can de-escalate it for a day or two, get less chance of actually having a shooting.
Right.
I don't know how many of that homicide today on Montana. What's that bring our number to?
382.
In St. Paul.
I think eight or nine.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Should be a report 306, 377, and 378. And 1913.
$13.02.
1302.
Can you add me to the board 81200 and put me on a PCN? The PCN is 055460. And I'll give you my partner's long number when you're ready.
Go ahead.
638.
Let's make a quick run through downtown West 7th Street, as long as we got some daylight, huh?
Sure.
We'll let this gentleman
What address
cross.
would you like to use for the PCN?
Although the crossing law only affects if you're
For now,
in
just put
the
367
crosswalk.
Grove.
A lot of people don't know that. They think they have the right of way, but you don't have the right of way if you're not in the crosswalk. Any more speeches there, Pat?
You jump, I jump. Jack to Rose in Titanic.
Well, I don't know about the speech, but I'll say the music from that
Oh, yeah.
movie.
Amazing.
That was an amazing song, inspiring.
Newt Rockney, All-American, win one for the Gipper.
That's good. That's good. You got any sci-fi? I mean, I'm talking not just like Armageddon, but Star Trek, Star Wars. Were there any particular speeches there? My mind isn't. They're not jumping out on mine either. But
No.
did Did Picard ever give an emotional speech? Or?
Change the location to Hamlin and Schreier.
I think. How about the West Wing? West Wing series. Do we have?
Oh, I'm sure there's some in there.
Yeah.
Anybody remember any from the West Wing?
Martin Sheen, right? President Martin Sheen.
Yep.
I know he gives a good speech about prescription prices. What's that called? The GoPay or whatever that commercial is.
377.
Yes, correct. If it's if you're at an intersection, it doesn't necessarily have to be a marked crosswalk.
Oh, as long as there's a sidewalk at the corner indicating it's a crosswalk at an intersection.
Correct.
Sometimes they're marked, sometimes they're not. But if there's a sidewalk leading to the street, that's considered an intersection.
Well, you got somebody agreeing with you with the President and Independence Day.
Yeah, I like the Armageddon speech. The thing about the Armageddon speech, when you watch that Armageddon speech, you're going to see video intertwined within the speech. But I can't help but thinking that we're a good enough country that we ought to be able to handle things that are in front of us. Actually, when I ran for mayor once back in 89. Or was it 86? 89 I ran for mayor. I lost.
Darn it.
But I had a guy named Ron Bacigalupo. If anybody remembers Ron Bacigalupo.
Oh yeah.
He created that Downtowner, him and his wife, Charlene. But I hired him to help me write speeches. And he was unbelievable. Unbelievable. Well, not speeches, but radio advertisements.
Right.
And I probably should find it and bring it, but I still love some of the work that he did. And it still would be applicable today. But I guess my point is, you don't really hear people there's a lot of people that are orators, but not motivational speakers, right?
Okay.
We need more of that in politics.
About 377.
Yep. Well, here you go from Star Trek 2009.
The two calls are
I dare you to do better.
The caller is waiting at the
Okay. I don't remember that one. I dare you to do better.
Jack Nicholson is president and Mars Attacks.
Jack Nicholson in Officer and a Gentleman. I mean, we don't agree with what he was saying.
Oh, my God.
But that was, Tom Cruise's return speech was just as good. We got a call over on DeLoss here. You should head over there. 15 people beating up somebody, if you want to look that up.
Yep.
I don't know, has it been dispatched?
Yep, it has.
Okay.
Okay. I will go over there. Somebody yelling at us or what?
I'm sure if they're yelling at us or not. I think they're yelling at each other.
You think the 35 DeLoss would be closer to Robert Street? Probably, huh?
Yeah.
Rather than it would be Wabasha?
Or it should be right off of Wabasha.
Okay.
Wabasha is the divider, right?
Yeah. It is here, but I don't know what it is over there. We will run over there.
3062, do you know where
I don't have to lose anything.
Is it your waiting in the rest?
You got that on 2 now?
Yep.
How's it look right there?
Clear. Sounds like the caller is waiting at the Burger King.
Well, is it occurring now or not? It said 15 people are beating up her sister, right?
It occurred, and apparently it started off as occurring, and now they have relocated to the Burger King.
Okay. just change this light, but so it isn't.
280.
It isn't actively occurring.
280. We're called for some medics. All female unconscious breathing.
Is that them?
Yes. So they cleared the medics in. The victim is conscious and breathing.
This has been a serious assault, though. If there's even a question about that. We're going across the Mississippi River. If you're from out of town, this is the mighty Mississippi. It divides St. Paul and Minneapolis for the most part, but it also runs through St. Paul. So on the south side of the river here in St. Paul, we refer to this as the west side because it's on the west side of the river. So,
you're right, Watcher. It was a few good men, not an officer and a gentleman. That's right.
Oh, that's right. I'm surprised the list isn't longer.
Well, I haven't been able to catch all of them because I've been...
Yeah.
Clear 1921.
Case number is 11381.
318. 362. We're called for here. You can't say
See if we're looking for any suspects over here.
So it doesn't look like it so far.
456 Nebraska. RO vehicle.
Some medics over there on the other side.
Copy, making contact with 546 Nebraska with the RO vehicle has a still plate on it, 1922.
Are they meeting at the Burger King?
Yeah. Yep.
There's the medics over there. I don't know. I don't think they're in the Burger King. Only because the medic is over there.
Located.
286. You want to let medics know that we're at the Burger King? They're going to take a break.
The medics thought it was under loss too, so they're gonna relocate to the Burger King.
Copy.
Oh, they're right behind us. We will pull over here and get out of their way. So, reportedly 15 people beating up one lady. Medics are coming in to we're not actually gonna give you a full view of the victim here. In case you want a broiled burger, we'll get your appetite going. I'm gonna block the lot for the rest of the people here, so the medics don't have to deal with extra traffic. Did you see what Alex said?
Nice.
All right. Well, we are gonna back out here. Looks like we'll get some suspect information here in a minute. That was a fast search warrant if he wrote that already, huh?
No kidding.
He's very good at that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I was a hunt and peck kind of search warrant writer.
You know, now that we're thinking about it, when we first started writing search warrants, we didn't have computers.
Nope.
In fact,
IBM Selectric typewriter.
typewriters. Yep, we were typing them, but I've written several of them by hand.
Bravo Whiskey 358 to the call.
Really?
Yes, by hand. And you know, at that point, you didn't. I mean, you could try doing it on a typewriter, but it was almost easier just to type it by hand. And I got to tell you, what the funny part is, you know, when you do a search warrant by hand and you're out there in this field, and then you find other stuff that leads you to want to search other things.
Right.
You got to do an amended search warrant.
Right.
Or a new affidavit based on what you found when you're out there. You can only search what the warrant said you can search for, and you can only recover what the warrant said you could recover.
Right.
So if you find something else that's not listed in your warrant, and generally you try to write them broad enough, but the reality is you don't always. You got to write your warrant over. I had several times where we were out in the field and we found stuff. I had to take blank paper and write an amended warrant on just on blank paper. And you know, the whole standard of, you know, judiciary is still achieved by blank paper, but it looks like, okay, what the hell is this? You know, a piece of blank paper with hand scratches on it. As long as you articulate your probable cause to a judge and they sign off on it,
good to go.
And you know, I don't know if we still do this, but nowadays you just email it to them. Nowadays they're all email, but back then we didn't. In the field, we didn't have any email in the 70s and 80s, so we would call them and we would read the judge the warrant, and of course that's a telephonic warrant, and those were legal, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then we would sign it for the judge by whatever officer, and those were upheld as well. I think I still saved that. I might have thrown it away now. I think I saved that IBM typewriter.
Huh.
Just for. All right, one trip down 7th, and then.
Yeah.
Get you to your activity.
Yes, sir.
Everybody deserves a life, Pat.
Thank you.
636. 636. 4th and Earl, investigate. Copy, 4th and Earl, I'll investigate in 1928.
Chevy Chase and Caddyshack, be the ball.
Next Friday, we're going to do one-liners. Okay? No one-liners tonight. Tonight's speeches, great speeches. But there have been some great one-liners. I'll tell you what, it breaks your heart when you're out here and you see people on the street that they're homeless, but they have such significant mental illness.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a shame that our society. There's another problem. You could use a great speech. That's the thing about, you know, the comments. I read a few comments this morning. We got to look for common ground rather than try to pick apart other people's opinions.
Exactly. Find things you agree on.
Yeah.
318.
The common ground.
If you can leave us on this one for a second.
That's the St. Paul Cathedral in front of you there.
A recovered property using the address of 456 East Nebraska. And then would you create a new call, please, for a Dr. Lotto and drop that one into bid and use the same address. And we will take care of that one when we're done here. Copy at 1930.
West 7th Street here, the little West 7th Park community will be busy tonight. Truck park.
Some parties entered.
Copy from the land.
Father, go with
Whoops.
272, you can clear mine report with Central, Minota Heights, West St. Paul, and I'll start.
Downtowner, looks like they're
274, report me clear report with Central.
Hey, everyone.
That is the style of that Buick we're looking for, I believe.
right in front of us.
Yeah, it's the style. It's wrong color.
Yeah.
I believe that is a Veron. Nope, that's a Regal. So it's actually, it looks just like that, but a little smaller.
636. Revised right.
And 1931.
Yeah, I think I got to get some advice on our dog's has really been biting on his feet lately.
Really?
Yeah, like biting on his feet and almost tearing his fur out of his feet. I don't know if he's got a little injury there. Or...
Okay, we have any veterinarians or very dog knowledgeable people?
1302.
Why would a dog be suddenly biting at its own feet a lot?
My wife wanted me to take him to the vet today, but it'll be a 2+ hour wait to get him in there.
Wow.
Copy. 757 81st Avenue. Spring Lake Park 19.
How's it going? What's going on there? I hear a siren there, Pat. It's a little strange.
Mm-hmm.
Mom!
How are you? What's going on? You got an Uber or what?
Yeah, we're having fun. Are we on?
We are. You're on. You're on. Introduce yourself.
This is Josh and Renee.
Very good.
Hey, Josh and Renee, thank you.
Where are you headed?
382.
Oh,
No, it's too early, Josh and Renee.
we gotta get the kids.
All right, have a good one. Thank you.
Three to investigate using 660 SIMs.
I'm not seeing a call.
Copy. Investigate
This
66.
guy-
Oh, accident with injury is 7th and Chatsworth.
I suppose we should join, huh?
Sure.
Boys!
Yeah, I didn't even hear that call come out.
Apparently it's motorcycle versus motorcycle.
No, that's not good. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's a ways down there, right? Chatsworth is...
Yeah, it's almost to 35E.
518 for you. No answer on 3 callback.
Almost better off sending a West car down there. But there's a fire station right down there. So,
That may have been who came across it, actually.
the fire?
Yeah.
Well, I wonder, are they there? Does it say or does it not say? The fire is there.
What color does it turn when they're on scene?
I don't know, but I don't know if you'd see the fire if the fire's there. I don't think the squad's there.
Squad 381.
381.
You can see your caller at United ER for an assault that occurred last night at 1076 Ross Avenue.
Copy.
1935.
So we're headed to an accident with injuries down on lower at the end of West 7th Street. Not a lot of cars down here usually, just because there's not a ton of crime down there. It's just south of Highland Park there, just off of Lexington and 7th. if we can be of any assistance. Even if it's just a matter of blocking traffic sometime, it's nice to have extra bodies there. We didn't catch the call on the front end.
Squad 385.
By the way, my dog sleeps quietly. My wife is overly concerned sometimes, but she has good instincts. But he sleeps quietly and doesn't. But then when he's up, he likes to gnaw on his feet a little bit.
Magnolia, Group Briar.
I don't know what it is. But here's the big thing: tell my wife she doesn't have to worry and take him in the middle of the night. That we can wait until the daylight. That's what I need from you backseaters. Some supportive encouragement. Let my wife know that.
Well, the two primary ones are allergies or some kind of foreign object may be in there. Maybe even sidewalk salt. Oh boy. Oh, looks like a motorcycle head-on with a car.
License plate is going to be 03714 Mike Juliet.
So this looks like the motorcycle and the car collided head-on with each other.
I don't know where the victim is, though.
In the rig already, I would imagine.
So they're washing down some gasoline. We'll block this street here so people don't come through here. So you got a medic rig here, you got 2 squads, and we got a fire rig. How's it going?
Good.
Good.
I saw you guys fly by, so I figured I'd come over and say hi.
Oh, good.
Hi.
Thank you. I appreciate it, yeah. Looks like they got enough help here already,
Yep.
so
Yep.
it's
It's
all
been
good.
kind of a busy day.
Yeah, it has. Well, it's warming up.
Yeah.
Tell that car to go that way, will you? Or maybe he knows.
Yep. So, what was the reason you guys went out tonight? Just because, or
It's going to be a white Hyundai Sonata
why not?
taken from the parking lot.
I don't know. We just, it kind of goes in spurts,
Yeah.
You feel like going out.
Yep.
I don't know. It's warm out. It's nice out.
Yep.
We miss the daylight once in a while.
Oh yeah. I
You know,
hear ya.
We didn't really have a reason, but
With my job, I work 10 to 8. I work at North full time.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I do this part time, but
yeah.
Colonel 310.
so I'm always out at night. If I get off work and then but it's dark out. But
Yeah.
so
Well, it's if we got the energy, we love working anyhow. It doesn't. And a lot of times we just go out. We probably would have gone out tonight and not been live, but
yeah.
we just figured that
What the heck?
some people fell shorted yesterday because we had that glitch with
Yep.
the Facebook and YouTube.
Yep.
So we just want to make sure that
Yeah.
people know we try to.
Did you get that fixed?
Yeah.
Because they had a house fire on each side I went to, and I quit watching after that because I just went home. But
Yeah.
okay,
We got her fixed finally.
good.
Well, about 10:30 we got her fixed.
Squad 382.
Hey, at least you got it fixed.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how we fixed it, but we got a guy that knows how to fix stuff. So.
Good. Well, those apartments right by Harriet Island Park that they just built.
Yep.
I just applied for one of those today.
Oh, you did. It's a nice spot.
Yeah.
Very nice spot. I gotta go over there and look at those.
They're beautiful.
Yeah.
Where are these at?
By Harriet Island.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
It's right across. It's on Water
Oh,
Street.
the racers are always over there
Yeah,
too.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're beautiful, but yeah. So
Hopefully, people on that other street know not to try to drive through there. I don't know how bad the guy is, but you can't be good when you get hit. See that damage there?
Unreal.
When you get hit that hard. I wonder. We'll know if they tape off the whole area and try to do a reconstruction.
you guys still live?
Yeah.
Can you mute it for just 1 second?
Yep.
Quebec.
So,
All right. Sounds good. Well, we'll talk in a month.
Yeah. What's a good way to get a hold of you? Is it just the Facebook still, or is it?
You know what? Facebook message me.
I think I sent you a friend request.
Well, Pat, what's the number? As long as we're here for that, because he actually looks at those messages.
Does he?
To be honest with you, it's overwhelming.
There's just so many. I'm afraid of missing it.
No,
I don't know if you.
It would be. Let me give you the number here.
I think I might have. Let's see. I might have it.
I always gotta. For some reason, I can't remember this darn thing, especially with this little sleep.
Well, we got a call up in Roseville. We should think about going to. We're sitting here.
318.
See if you got that text.
318.
Your initials are RO.
First call.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you get that?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
All
right. Well.
All right. Thank
I'm gonna
you.
go out myself.
Thanks
You
for
guys go out,
stopping.
and We'll see you later.
All right.
All right.
Thanks,
Take care.
guys.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
Copy. 1019.
Call her, will you?
And if you would please, can I get the time for the second call?
Set. Oh,
Too late.
I thought you were pointing at my phone. Sorry.
No, I was. I wanted to see if we could stop her from going into the accident scene, but maybe she knows. It,
318. The time will be 1931. Sorry. Yeah, 1931. And case number is 056830. Thank you.
I wish people wouldn't laugh outside of an accident scene like this.
Yeah.
About 385. Copy on route 911, hang up 1612 Edgemont Street. Within 16 meters, male with a heavy accent, yelling while he listening to me, and a female in the background. No response to TC.
Well, the medics left with the victim, right? I
Yes,
just
they
don't know
did.
who the driver of this car was, but I'm assuming they got her in a squad somewhere. Probably going to give her a breath test as well.
183 traffic.
23.
The University Fry, Chrysler, Foxtrot, X-ray Alpha 199, slow to stop.
Copy University and Fry 1944.
5184.
5184.
I have to get stickier tape.
Address is clear and for the
Sylvia Fry,
36. Can you try one more ping? I'm
Copy Fry and Unity
on
1944.
36.
Well, good news is, if we do move, there hasn't been a car coming from behind us.
We'll transfer call back.
Yep.
There was a Chrysler red in color, tinted windows used in a shooting over in East.
Oh, Chrysler, red in color, tinted windows used in a shooting in East. I'm not familiar with that, but they're trying to stop a car up in the West.
Copy 183. Did you copy?
Union Fry.
Yeah.
Squad 15, I'll be out with that female.
Bravo Squad just advised that there was
Copy.
a red Chrysler with tinted windows that was involved in a shooting in East.
Copy, this is a black Chrysler. That's happened.
Now, you dog lovers who have had dogs, we've had several dogs, but Rocco's only 2 years old. And my wife, I just reassure her that he's going to be fine. It's not the end of the world if we don't take him tonight to the vet. It's his foot. It's not his critical organs. Yes, I love him to death, but 2 to 4 hour waits at a veterinarian on a weekend. That's a. But my wife's texting me saying she's taking him. So I'm certainly not going to stop her.
113. 1946.
We need some better traffic control here, I think, now. So he lives there. It's probably from his own neighbors.
Good for another half hour.
5184, I'm getting...
By the way.
Did they see it yesterday around 4, or did they see it tonight? I don't know.
4 copies. We're code 4 for now.
Hey, Rich, we're just wondering if they saw them today, or is that information from yesterday? I take it we're not doing a reconstruction. Okay, so he's okay.
So he's in really good shape,
All right.
considering.
You don't need us to secure the street anymore.
I
Are you
don't
good?
think so.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
All right. Yeah. You guys,
Have a
good
good
luck.
night.
Thank you.
Take care. How you doing?
All right. Well, they moved the car, so that meant there wasn't a reconstruction. Sounded like he was doing okay, which is great news.
Said he was wearing a helmet.
He had to go flying though when he hit that front of that car.
No
Oh,
kidding.
Mackerel. This is a lot of damage to that car. I hope this guy doesn't run him over now. I think he's smart enough to stop down there. I don't know.
He's slowing. He's turning.
So they didn't want to freeze the scene, so let's see what if Rich sends us a text. Maybe you can text him. You're on that group, right?
Yeah, this is all related to the one yesterday.
I know, but I just wonder if there's some new information, or because it says neighbors.
Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. The new information is the fact that it may be the one from Minneapolis. And then I asked which model it was, so. See if there's anything new
Yeah,
today.
but that one's from Miller, and this information's from Altieri.
8197.
Yeah, just got a call.
267.
Suspect said 2700 304.
You see that? You read that, right?
9-year-old
So it
female
doesn't say
back
that this was yesterday. It says this was yesterday. But
1949.
I got you.
I'm always a stickler for.
I got you. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I don't know why, because we had that information before. I don't know why he said it.
I'll be in rough range.
Yeah, I wasn't tracking. My bad.
I don't know. 'Cause he lives up there, so he's
Right.
when it says neighbors, it might be some of his neighbors.
Right. It's a pretty distinctive
Central
looking
4550, car for
Mercedes.
installed bus partially blocking the right lane northbound 35W in the east curve with 62. 1950.
Don't get down to this street very often. Palmer Place. A little unknown street here off of West 7th.
My daughter used to live right down the street on Sheffer. And this was a long time still one of my favorite spots.
Bennett's, yeah. Yeah, it's a favorite spot of law enforcement.
Chuck Mitch, longtime owner.
Yep. Bennett's Chop and Rail House, but Rail House is Bennett's.
I do recommend the tomahawk ribeye.
You're making me hungry just thinking about that. After I drop you up, I might have to run down to Mancini's for a steak.
288, 287, you guys need some additional
That's what I'm going to do. What's that say there?
287 negative, pretty good.
Her dog bites its feet due to allergies.
Allergies. Well, what would he be allergic to in this time of the year?
Just started in the last 2 years.
510 advice.
I wonder
She
if-
gives them Benadryl, and it works. But the most common thing people are talking about is debris between the
toes.
Yeah.
Interesting. Something gets stuck in there.
And a big thing is the road salt.
Oh, road salt irritates I suppose it causes inflammation in there.
Right.
Road salt in the spring, I bet. So should you soak them in druff then, or just? I mean, here's the thing. What's the home remedies?
Yeah, is there a home remedy for this?
Soak your dogs in some draft or some anti-inflammatory solution that would help. I mean, there's gotta be there's 1,000 people out there. Liquor Barrel Liquor Store. That's St. Clair Liquors. That's I told you before, that was the first call I ever went to in police work.
Yeah, what was the call there?
Alarm call.
That's right.
Alarm call. November of 1977.
1831.
With Dan Carlson.
He was a character.
Yeah.
Is a character.
Yeah.
Can you take a look at cameras on the 4th Street ramp? You're possibly someone drifting in the ramp. I'm going to be checking it.
Plain water.
Abby.
Soak their paws in warm water for a minute. It's probably dirt between the paws.
Dirt between the paws.
Baking soda and water helps ease their feet.
Okay, baking soda and water. I guess I was having a hard time imagining how it'd be that stuck, but I suppose it can be.
There's a sporty type car leaving the exit ramp now.
31 copies.
It'll be red with black hood.
My wife has good instinct,
Do you have it on footage where it's
but
drifting?
she has great instinct, but she also
No, negative.
doesn't take any chances.
8843 traffic.
8843.
Southbound Highway 88, just south of Cameron D. David with 887, Tom Nora Robert.
Southbound 88, south of D on traffic at 1954.
A friend said, wash his paws and put a cone of shame on him.
1831.
So you can't chew them.
Right.
I don't know if the chewing is hurting or helping. Sometimes the dog's saliva can help clean stuff up.
Dawn soap and dry. It could be spring mold.
Dawn soap. Okay. Dawn might be a little bit too strong.
Mane and tail antibacterial shampoo.
He
Okay.
puts on PCN at Cherokee Park. We found cases.
I like that mane and tail antibacterial shampoo.
Copy. 12-7, where you from?
Says it immediately.
After with reference to this accident, 7 to Chestnut, do we have anybody that's a CRO working either in West or Central that could come out at this please?
7 Chestnut.
131.
Meant
there it is.
Chatsworth. Is
CRO.
there another one? I bet he meant Chatsworth.
They just locked out. Please disregard.
Copy. Disregarding 956. Squad 364.
They got a lot of radioactivity going on now, Patrick.
Impound lost the LAC.
228 to 4.
37, make it one more car.
That back 378 at 396 uranium.
March Madness. A lot of basketball going on.
Start from John Spencer.
Copy. 378.
Hey, the restaurants are packed down here.
Yeah, they are.
Mancini's parking lot was packed. Tom Reed's packed. Burger Mo's packed.
Copy. Code for it.
Patrick McGovern's. I think life is back.
I'm telling you.
I don't. Somebody texted me earlier today. Did Michi have a party last night? We never got over to Michi's.
Yeah, we never did get by there.
Copy.
We were kind of all over the place last night.
361 on 2.
386.
Good.
You can clear this advice.
So from east, we are road from the east. 7th and Chatsworth.
Chatsworth.
Can you repeat the location again? I got a white bear across the street. B. Copy at 1930.
It's like the smoking lounge there, Pat.
Yeah. I'd be out there about once an hour. Another Dawn detergent.
From 132 security calling in for DLC. I'm going to issue the resident.
I don't need to get dropped till 8.
Time into the window. Party just arrived in a white Trailblazer.
So, based on Fletcher time, I'll drop you off at 9:30. I'll tell you what, though. I haven't had anything to eat. Well, I had some of those chips, of course, but here, open those for me, will you?
Yep.
Can't eat too much sugar, but since spring is here, Easter's around the corner.
I think I'm going to show them what you're going to snack on. Hang on.
No, I still don't know as soon as you say.
Nope, I can't get there.
All you got to say is Blue Peeps.
Peeps.
Peeps, Blue Peeps.
Having some peeps.
All right, we're having some blue marshmallow peeps in honor of spring being here and Easter around the corner. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's a really fresh peep.
Is it?
Yeah. Thank you. Dropping off those peeps.
Okay, Christine, that's enough from you.
What'd you say now?
my when I mentioned I'd be going out there once an hour,
Yeah.
my friend said, yeah, once an hour, right. Probably be more often.
Well, you probably just sit out there the whole time and people would come up and talk to you.
You know,
Because you're a good conversationalist.
I like talking inside, bellied up to the bar.
Well,
And it keeps me from smoking so much.
I don't
if
have a
stay
hard time
inside.
imagining that. That's the good news. I'm just going to tell you, those two peeps just,
I hit the spot.
no, they whet my appetite for a steak.
I got a feeling I know what you're going to be doing.
Well, it's pretty crowded down there. Gotta go, if you're going to go to Mancini's without a reservation tonight, you got to go pretty late.
Oh, I suppose.
I didn't see it. It was that parking lot we drove by was packed. But I'm gonna, if I go there, I love their steak, but the walleye, the blackened walleye, I highly recommend it at Mancini's.
It is
And
exceptional.
the price is reasonable too.
Yeah, you steered me right on that. That was a good meal.
we're through downtown. We're on 7th Street, the main drag through downtown St. Paul. Years ago, there was a loop down here. 7th Street was a part of that. They used to go down, and kids used to go driving the loop all through downtown.
Yep.
Steve Rollins was the old beat cop down here.
Oh, yeah.
Case number 056.
Keep everybody in line.
1. You're welcome to 2002.
Well, try to. That's a good idea. I'll bring this over here real quick.
East or west?
That's probably where that chase ended up that one night. That we were
okay.
on. Alright, we're gonna run across over to the west side for a minute.
1302.
Just check on a couple matters over there.
Can you put me out at 2268 12th Avenue?
Copy 2268, 12th Avenue, North St. Paul.
In 1.5 miles, take the Minnesota 1.
That's where that chase went that one night. On our left here is the St. Paul Airport. It's not made for major planes, but it handles pretty good sized planes now.
It really does.
A lot of corporate planes are over there. Someday we'll take you over to the check-in. It's pretty kind of fun to go to small airports, just see how relaxed the atmosphere is.
Did you ever eat at that restaurant that opened up in there?
Well, I ate years ago there, but there's a new one there. You were someone was telling me about, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be really good.
Yeah. So,
Holman's Table.
Holman's Table, yeah. I don't think I've eaten there. I've eaten there a couple times, but I don't think they're. Chases. I was thinking about that chase when the guy was throwing stuff out of the car when we went across this bridge. Remember?
Oh yeah, threw a gun out.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of. We've had a few.
Yes, we have.
Your brain just moves on, though. You know, I just think on to the next thing. Well, you know me, I'm a map guy. I don't ever trust this new technology, my friend, but once in a while you gotta, when you're on the west side, you gotta trust it.
I'm telling you.
Because the west side is, only a true west sider understands the streets over here.
366. 1400 Arcade Street, the Holiday Inn, DLG. Customer threw a bottle at staff, verbally aggressive, refusing to leave. To be an Asian female, 30 to 40 years old, heavy build, wearing a black shirt with white stripes. Heavy. 2006.
Squad 499 to Squad 373. Can you go to 4?
4.
Metro 4550, cars information on a driving complaint last name taking eastbound
286.
from northbound 35W. Drive to the black minivan, older model, possibly a Mercury. Iowa 28, John Boy John, B01.
We are on Oakdale Street. Remember I told you I biked this way once to go visit a girlfriend years ago. This was one hell of a hill to bike up.
Oh, I can't imagine.
And my old Schwinn bicycle, which was probably the heaviest bicycle I ever had. Durable, but heavy. Durable, but heavy. So we are on the west side of St. Paul. We are at Oakdale and Curtis. This is where we had that one chase up on Annapolis that ended up over there off of Wyoming.
West St. Paul did a great job bringing that to a close.
Awesome. Just freaking awesome. Quick swing down Wyoming. Young man up here.
1831, I'll be clear.
He's having a birthday.
Not that one, I think. Right there.
Yeah, right there. Young man named Jake. Hey, where's Jake? Jake! Jake's got his birthday.
There he is right
here. There he is.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Jake. How's it going? How's it going, Jake? My son had me shooting out today. I was shooting today. Our backboard is glass shattered. Now I got to get a new one of those. So. Thanks a lot.
That was awesome.
Hopefully I won't hit anything on the way out of here. Nice group of people there, huh?
Yeah.
28 years old. You know, just about the time I'm going to drop you off, there's going to be a carjacking.
In which case, I'll stay.
Yeah, there you go.
I've been thinking about that ever since we talked about it. Invariably something happens.
In fairness to Pat, we didn't plan on going out tonight. I called him. It was so nice out there. My son was busy. My wife was working. I had nothing to do. I said, Pat, let's go do something, huh?
And I said, oh yeah.
My wife had to work till 9. My son was out with friends. It was just me and the dog. And he likes my wife better than me.
So now you're out with your dog.
Yeah, well,
I'm your dog.
he likes. You know, we picked him up. They shipped him. It was a crossbreed, but they shipped him from Ohio.
Oh, really?
And we picked him up at the airport in the cargo 2 years ago. And I got video of little Bob getting him. It's the cutest damn thing ever.
056-817.
It's a gorgeous dog.
Described as a silver Hyundai. Swerving over the dotted line and overcorrecting. David Edward John 601 shows on a 2013.
We get a lot of state patrol. We got the state patrol radio on too tonight. They get a lot of calls on just bad drivers.
Yeah.
84 for both.
A lot of time.
Vehicle at 1228 Roseman Court. Doors in apartment number 8.
You have 399 go forward here.
Running outside for the past 2 hours.
We better go check that out, huh?
I think so.
Possibly her granddaughter, who she hasn't spoken
This
to.
car looks like he's chasing them.
Spot 399. Can you go to 4?
399 copy.
224 spot. 3780 counts.
What's that? Mike Hotel Romeo 494. Remember, we're still looking for that blue van that fired shots over here earlier today.
Hey, do you have that?
Change the location to Chaplin.
Not unusual for people to come back in a different car,
Okay.
fire more shots. Blue van with duct tape.
This is what it said 1159 County
5CG. Are we not looking for a pickup truck, are we?
No.
The plate that started with 5. That wasn't a pickup, like a Mercedes.
Yeah.
Is that the Mercedes?
Mercedes.
373.
Looks like he's
I'm sorry.
2 ahead of us.
499, call me, please.
Yeah. But he's slowed
Or
down
go
a
to 4,
lot.
please.
Yeah, he did. I think it was more noise than.
Copy. Spot 499. Can you go to 4?
Yeah, we'll go up here and go over the Smith Avenue Bridge.
Squad 499 on channel 3. Can you go to 4? We'll check other channels to get her going to 4.
Everything.
I'm calling the front desk right now.
Copy.
There you go. There's your call. 10 shots fired at Winnipeg. That's why we were there. We just got a call on 10 shots fired on Winnipeg, which is why we were over there trying to stop that shooting. So, hopefully nobody got hit.
Came from east of the address.
I want to thank our analysts for picking up on that. I'm sorry we couldn't stop it, but great work picking up on that social media, knowing that it's coming.
241 Earl Street. In progress.
So let's hope nobody got
But
shot.
I can go with 288. Shots fired, couple callers. 107 Winnipeg, 111 Lawson. The Lawson caller heard 9 to 12 at Rice and Sycamore. There's a dark sedan with flat tire, or 2. In the Capital Bank lot, 4 black males got out, took off running. 1 towards the bank lot. 2 are still near the vehicle.
Well then, somebody shot the tires out. That was, I just gave a little whistle to our friends on Ohio there.
510.
Remember, they're always watching.
Oh, yeah.
So,
516, I can go. Heavy.
So a lot of Central cars are tied up on that accident down there.
And the shots fired. Copy, you cancel my message.
Son of a gun. Well, it was good intel.
Yeah, it was. Well, we
516, you can be clear.
Looks like a homeless person.
You can keep me out of the house.
Oh, might be watching us.
He's shooting a video or something. He had his phone on.
499 is on 4.
I don't know. It's weird.
Alright, will you give me
We are headed up to Rice Street and see what's going on.
Yeah,
206, did you copy that shot's fired call?
drop my radio because I had to get a new battery.
206, I copy. 27.
No worries.
Well, they waited till we were on the west side, Pat.
Yep.
They knew our response would be delayed.
Can you get dispatcher call, please?
Mutual call, right now.
8843, go for it.
2017.
Well, I'm just trying to go around these guys. I'll look to the right, I'll look left.
You're good after this one.
2178, London Lane, unit 128. Caller is translating for the mom. 9-year-old ran away 5 minutes ago.
Hopefully.
So the mom came near him. He was
My plan is to sneak up this back road here. I
Name's
don't know how it's going to work, but how's it look there? Good.
Clear.
Don't have anything further at this time.
And then get up to the bridge and get up. Rather than hit 7th, roll its cars out.
2018. Search about that come back.
Last information is there's still 2 people by that car.
Yeah, I'm sure if their tires got flat and they're in the area, they probably couldn't flee the scene.
Search about that come back.
Historically, they've had houses they could run to, but I don't know if
1905, she's free now.
I don't know if they have any left. How's it look?
Clear right.
Copy 2018.
Maybe I should just drop you here.
Squad 5 in the area.
Pick you up later.
20.
Uber.
5185 spots in there.
Ever used Uber?
Oh, yeah.
Squad 386. Just advised we did get a description. He's a lighter skin.
I
black
don't
male,
hesitate.
Thin build.
2019.
Curly black hair.
You know what?
I don't hesitate.
Orange design on.
172, I copy now to the juvenile complaint. 866 Claire, the Linwood Rec Center.
So the bank where the car is up at Lawson, I believe.
Okay, so they walked over, you think?
It's,
Snuck over, popped a shot. Hey, by the way, my favorite post, comment, and I didn't read them all, so I really, in fairness to that, I didn't read them all. But my favorite comment was, Bob and Pat don't need a Mountain Dew. This is last night. They need a shot of tequila. in the middle of that woman yelling at us. They don't need Mountain Dew. They need a shot of tequila. What do we got? We got another one, huh? 111 Lawson.
yeah, that's the,
Dupe.
yeah.
Appreciate your concern for us.
And clear right.
Thank you.
286.
286.
333 Metro. 5 time on that phone. Advised you can send us the shots fired.
That was a little strange there.
Yeah.
He said he was going there. That's the problem with red lights. Sometimes you're better off not using them.
Heavy.
People aren't 100% sure. They drive more reliably when they don't have red lights. When I say reliable, you know what they're going to do. It's a normal driver. You add red lights, they're supposed to pull over to the right, but they're not sure if the right's the right or the left's the right. Or should I just stop? Should I just stop where I'm at, and then I'm all good if I stop?
I'll be back around.
All right, so we had a shooting, shots fired here. We had some intel this is going to happen. There was some taunting. We knew from social media that rival gangs were taunting each other about coming down here. So, you want to go right here or down to Lawson?
I think Lawson. Or wait, well, yeah, Lawson.
Sure. That's where the car is?
Right.
That's a ways away, though. Because this is 107.
Yeah, it probably took a while for the tires to go flat.
Oh, my goodness. right there.
A crowd tonight.
2021.
So, bank's right up here. There they are over there. And where did the suspects run from? From this address?
From the car. 2 stayed with the car. 2 ran from it.
5181, 5183.
5181 for both.
What are we looking for?
Checking on suspicious at 1414 Brenner Avenue West. There's been a truck.
Do you got anybody at all or not?
Sitting in the parking lot across the street.
So we don't have the car?
For hours.
Okay.
The early blue.
It's supposed to have flat tires, all right? All right. Thank you.
Car 510.
5181 Sports copy.
Okay then. So
2023.
Go ahead. So 510, I spoke to a resident at 84 Lawson. They stated that they haven't heard any gunshots in the last 3 minutes.
we didn't 111 call.
Copy.
Copy.
I'll be right back. All right. See what you can figure from the computer.
Yep.
5185.
Exit advised under 2700 Fletcher call.
Copy. Checking out another suspicious vehicle. Believes it to be stolen. Gray Saturn plate with the hood up.
516, I'm in the area of Rice and Sycamore. I'll check the area. 2023.
Metro 33 call. Metro 4, I'm going to be in search. 2024.
Bravo 764, EOD. Bravo 764, have a good night, 2024.
Metro 4550 cars 1021, 1050 hit and run in pending when available. 2025.
I spoke to another resident at 116 Lawson who stated that she might have heard about 5 gunshots coming from west of her house. There would be south of Lawson, somewhere maybe closer to Rice and Front.
Copy, resident 116 Lawson. Might have heard 5 shots west of the house, south of Lawson, possibly from Rice in Front. 2026.
And Squad 5, could you also add Minnesota plate 396 uniform Lima Yankee to the call?
Copy. 2027.
So officers are out in the area here checking for shell casings, talking to witnesses. Does sound like it's probably a legit shots fired.
087 Impala registers to Last Chance Auto Sales out of Golden Valley.
Is somebody over there on Manitoba right now? Or?
Go, thank you.
What the heck, buddy?
You're welcome.
Let's just slow down. Take your time, lady. Holy mackerel.
Man.
So, that was the caller. I went and talked to the caller from one. How's it going? Good. The caller from 111 there. He was having a cigarette out front, heard some shots fired or noises similar to south of there. Didn't think much of it, but then that car came driving around the corner on a rim, and two kids took off. So he thought, hey, I better call. And you know what? He did absolutely the right thing, because you never know if the pieces of the puzzle get connected.
Exactly.
So, but this is a fair distance away from Manitoba, but they definitely could have got a tire shot out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see if there's any casings. Are they looking for casings on Manitoba, or hard to say, huh?
Hard to say.
Could be, you know what, even if the call came from Manitoba, the casings are probably on Winnipeg, Pat. Don't you think?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what it... I think they both said different directions from... 9 to 12 heard from Rice and Sycamore.
Well, let's look for casings here.
Mm-hmm.
You got your old light?
Oh, yeah.
I think there's something over there, I don't know. There's definitely pieces of glass out here. Now, another example where ShotSpotter would be immensely valuable, right?
Yeah, it would.
Got calls from all over the neighborhood. ShotSpotter would be able to tell you within 45 feet where it was fired, where the guns were fired, whether it was moving in a car, whether or not there were more than one handgun, the likely calibers.
Some folks, they've been outside this whole time, I think.
Yeah,
up by the door.
Ever since we got here, for sure.
Yeah.
Yellow sticker. They might not want to tell us much, but...
You guys hear any gunshots out here at all?
Yeah, there was some.
Which way did it sound like they came from?
I heard it was like behind the building or something.
Behind this building?
That's what I heard. I was in my house at the time, and I live in the back corner of this building.
Okay. I'm going to take a look behind the building over here.
Oh, I'll drive back there. Hang on 1 second. I just want to finish this off.
Am
I going to hit that car?
That's Chevy Impala. Can
No.
you read off the last further then, please?
You're good on this side.
7859.
Okay.
286.
Well, that would make sense. This alley behind Winnipeg and Manitoba.
Mm-hmm.
No, 286, we got several cases at 122 Manitoba.
Yeah.
Oh, there
that's
we
right,
go.
Right behind in the alley back there.
Yep.
Okay.
122 Manitoba, several cases.
She was right on the money.
Yep.
288. 288. Our compass and it's probably over there in Manitoba. Probably got the right area. Here we
Hi.
Be advised, this vehicle does have a bullet hole in it.
Oh, the vehicle over on
2032.
I think right here.
Squad 5K, looks like this Chevy Impala has a couple, maybe about 3 or 4 bullet holes on them.
Oh, there we have it.
Sorry.
The car had the bullet holes.
To 206. 206. Can you switch to 4 pretty quick, please? Go to 4. Park Security 569. 569. Just info for squads. There's racers meeting at Raspberry Island. No crime yet, just info. Oh, you've got to call him Pepe now. Yourself. 537. .350 Sibley. 411. 3 7-year-olds. Unsupervised. Ongoing issues. Heavy.
206. 206. Just added the call comments 896 right to the security. Your radio cut out. Go again.
945 caliber shell cases.
Right, cameras facing the crime scene.
Well, and if we weren't live on patrol, and Pat, in the old days, Pat and I would have sat down here for 3 or 4 hours.
Oh yeah.
Waiting for them to come try and do this, since we had some intel, but it's just that.
286. 286.
They're gonna just want to say hi.
I'll be out at Bournes in Relation. Looks like we got bullet holes in the storefront.
Have a good night.
How you doing?
Good to see you.
Hey.
Good.
Did you
Crazy.
guys hear the gunfire?
Yeah, we out here barbecuing, man. We got little kids out here, man. They start shooting this, man. We don't know who's shooting, man. We just hear shit. I just grabbed all the kids this time.
Good for you. You could tell it was down there. It was 945 calibers.
I done burnt my damn chicken. Somebody got to pay for that.
Well,
Somebody got to pay for that.
got to keep your priorities straight, right?
Hey, real, man.
As long as you're on that question, I got a question for you. How do you prepare your chicken?
I mean, it depends. It depends on you know the type of party we're gonna have.
Well, teriyaki, Szechuan,
like,
or
today it's the kids, so we, you know what I'm saying, we seasoned the chicken last night.
Yeah.
To let it marinate.
Yeah.
Now, if it was just for like the adults, you know, we probably would have put some beer in the broth.
What kind of seasoning though are you talking about? Well, you marinated it.
Lowry's?
It's definitely some of that in there. If I tell you everything, I might have to take me to jail.
My 15-year-old's an awesome chicken cooker. He's got his own special sauce and spice. I love it. It's got a little kick to it, you know.
Yeah, you know, just running the family out here, man. We cooking for real.
That's good. Well, how come Pat and I didn't get an invite? We can make you famous.
Hey, man, listen, you want some burnt chicken? It's probably still on the grill.
No. I've eaten a lot of burnt chicken, but yeah.
Throw it away, man.
All right, you guys.
All right,
have a good
take
night.
care.
Thanks.
Thanks for taking care of the kids.
Thank you.
This guy left here earlier. That one with the bumper gun.
Well, we got a place to be, Pat.
FXC 429.
Yeah. Got a place to be.
I kind of hate to do it.
Well, you can't. You can't do that to your friend. I know.
Right.
So Central just extremely busy, you know, that accident over there on the west side, a lot of other calls, so couple shots fired calls. They do figure this car did have a tires shot out, that's why they fled. So suspects could well still be in the area, but these are probably the victim suspects.
Right.
So you can tell the distance, how far away it was. We'll just take one more full swoop here. You saw us talking to the caller. So, and this shot with this car with the tires flat does have a bullet hole in it. So there you have it. Shooting down on Manitoba. Car flees, got a bullet hole or two in it. Suspects decide it's time to bail out. And the neighbor at 111 here calls, he figures, hey, something's going on. It's all good. It's all good. How's it going? Oh, there was shots fired down there on Manitoba. We think this car here was shot at because it's got flat tires and some bullet holes. So that's the guess. We don't have any suspects in custody and nobody injured at this point. That's the good news.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. All right. Have a good one.
I like to see me over there twice now, so I'm like,
yeah.
what in the world?
Well, we weren't sure if the car was connected, but now that we've got the bullet holes, we know it is.
I still remember we need to, I'd like to meet up with them sometime and talk about that situation.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Never get a
I
chance.
got your hat. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Very likely person from that Impala Kelly came up with.
Oh, really? Good to know. Which one? The one that was...
The one that was hit.
Hit, okay. Guessing if that was the shooter, there might be some casings inside the car.
286, suspect info.
Suspect info.
Straight. 1912, there were 4 unknown race. Individuals, one wearing red sweatshirt, white pants, one with white sweatshirt, tan pants. 2 in all black, standing in front of 122 Manitoba, and they all ran southbound in the alley after shots were fired.
Alright, that's the Manitoba group. Southbound in the
1912,
alley, which
4
is
parties.
right where we were.
Yes.
122 Manitoba, and southbound in the alley.
Yeah, like Bob said, if we weren't on live, we likely would have sat there for quite a while after that information we got on the taunts and threats going on.
Yeah, sometimes it's about patience. Patience and smarts. Okay, yours on 3 there, big guy, in case we cross over.
I think I do. Yep.
Missed it by that much. That entrance.
Darn it.
Missed it by that much. Well, it's kind of too bad because they say that the most frequent views of YouTube occur between 8 and 9 o'clock. Not for us, but for everybody. It's kind of interesting statistic.
Yeah. I'll always wonder why.
8 to 10. I suppose people can settle down after dinner and
looking for something to watch.
Our peak times seem to be about 10:30. We start at 9:11 usually, and the peak time's usually 10:30 on average.
Right.
I suppose
286,
people there are people that actually go to bed.
Video showing the victim vehicle appears to be a tan 4-door sedan with a black rim or spare tire on the front
left
side of the vehicle.
Yep.
That is the car.
516, that's the vehicle we're on with here at Rice and Larson.
All tied together.
Heavy.
And that's why you go talk to the complainant.
Yes, sir.
Because they always got more clues than what came across. What came across on the CAD. You're gonna solve a puzzle, you start at the beginning.
Indeed.
a billboard up there by the Salvation Army here at Maryland and Payne. It says, love thy neighbor, Salvation Army. Matthew 22, 36 to 40.
Good advice.
Love thy neighbor, Matthew 22, 36 to 40.
Words to live by.
Thank you, Salvation Army, for that reminder. Never was it been more important.
Secured building, please get a call back.
And in a pandemic, with rising violence, food insecurity, some racial hatred, it's just... I'm not really one to criticize other law enforcement, but I do want to say this: in that press conference that they held in Atlanta, I didn't like the phrase that the suspect said he was having a bad day.
Yeah.
I thought that was grossly insensitive.
Very greatly diminished the impact of what had actually occurred.
I think that was... I don't think you define that as a suspect having a bad day, you know. So that was a horrific day for the victims.
Yeah.
But, you know, when you're on the spot like that, I've made my share of mistakes. But I just think that
wasn't well thought out.
It just gave some logic to it, and there's really you can't excuse or logify anything like that because they're having a bad day. It's just
same thing.
So, our hearts go out to the Asian American community. As I mentioned last night, if you haven't listened to it, you know, our strong, close relationship with our Hmong community here in Minnesota. And I'm not going to repeat the history, but they're our allies. They're hardworking, great Americans now. And I bristle when I hear people talk negatively about in our community that have been so positive and constructive.
Me too.
And, so let's just find a way. If you can't say something good about somebody, don't say anything at all. Tolerance. Can you read this? I don't know, get back to it. Swipe down, maybe. Swipe down. Other way. To the top. Tap it. Should be that one.
Which one?
No, that one. Then we'll read that, share with the viewers.
Okay, we're going to share a message from
Doesn't matter who.
One of our viewers. It says, I hope you received my previous message about how Live on Patrol has brought me and my son together during this pandemic. He is 9. And we would disagree on what to watch, but you guys would come on and he'd agree and sit and watch with me. Thanks, you guys. Thank you for sharing that message.
Yeah, we appreciate being a unifying television option, right?
Absolutely.
So thank you for sharing that. And we know others of you have said the same thing, that you watch with your kids. I hope we're kid appropriate. We usually are. I hope the fact you never know what's around the next corner is something that makes this educational broadcast
655
interesting.
traffic.
So
yes, indeed.
we're going to sign off for tonight, Patrick.
655.
Well, folks, thank you for joining us on this. It's a little bit shorter than usual, but hope the surprise live on patrol was welcomed, and hope you saw some interesting things, and it was nice to be out in the daylight. Thanks for being with us, folks. Be kind to one another, please, and have a good rest.